Hey, did you know that 7 out of 10 of your potential customers in your online store walk away without buying every single day? This means that you are losing money every single day. And if you fix the problem, you could be making a lot more money every single day. Now, I will show you the fix in a minute, but as a backstory, I would like to tell you that we have a small online store where we make about 1 million in annual revenue in euros. 25% of this revenue comes from the fix that I will show you in a minute. So imagine your own online store and your situation. What if you could make 25% more sales every year, completely on autopilot, without any additional ad spend, without any discounts? And this is the background for the solution that I will present you in a minute. The best part in this is that when you do exactly as I show you in a minute, you will make more money every single day without lifting a finger, completely on autopilot. I know it sounds crazy and it sounds scammy and so on, but you need to see what I show you in a minute. It is excellent. And the other thing is that you don't need to spend any more money in advertising. You make more sales without any additional ad spend. And what's really the best is that you make a lot more profit because you don't need to give any discounts. You're not going to give any discounts, you're not going to spend money on advertising, you just make more sales with higher profit completely on autopilot. Alright, so that's the story. So let's go to my computer, I will show you the details over there. Alright guys, so I have something really good for you. And this is going to take some time. This is rather long video, but stick with me. I guarantee you that you will like this one. So why 7 out of 10 of your customers never buy from your e-commerce store, and how you can change that for good. So here we will go through exactly how we make additional 250,000 euros a year, 100% on autopilot in an online store where we make 1 million in annual revenue. So about 25% of our income is from a completely automated system. Now, another thing is that I will go through why you are most likely leaving a lot of money on table every single day. And what's important is how you can change that right now. So I have prepared this simple Gamma document, and I will go through this old-fashioned way. So I don't have any fancy presentations for you. I just want to show you the things that I have written down here in this Gamma document. So my name is Marko Pyhärvi. I come from Finland. I'm currently living here in Spain. I've been in e-commerce since 2012, so more than 10 years, almost 15 years. And I have been a partner in multiple businesses, multiple Shopify store businesses for years. And this one thing that we go now through is a case study from our one of our businesses. And if you want to contact me, I'm a co-founder in Northern Revenue Labs, and you can contact us via email by sending email to contact@nrlabs.io, northernrevenuelabs.io. Okay, so we go through the raw facts first so that you understand what the context. So did you know that about 70% of your potential customers are walking away without buying from your Shopify store or any other e-commerce store, not particularly Shopify? Now imagine watching 250,000 euros of potential revenue disappearing every single year. This is just taken from our own case study. So most Shopify store owners are losing huge amounts of potential sales every single day, and they don't even realize it. They don't even know it. But what if I could show you exactly how to recover these lost sales and make a lot more money completely on autopilot? And this is what we are going to go through today. So we used to leave a lot of money on table. There's a silent revenue killer that most Shopify store owners are not aware of. So in our particular case, in this one case study that I'm talking about, we have a one product Shopify store. There's only one product in this store, and it's the main product. So this store makes about 1 million euros in revenue. It's been up there for 2 years, and right now it makes about 1 million in revenue, and it has a growth rate of 30%. In October 24, we uncovered a startling truth about the store. Despite having passionate customers and a great product, we were watching potential sales vanish into the thin air. So the shocking numbers we discovered is that 70% of shopping carts were totally abandoned. People did not buy. Most Shopify stores simply accept this as a normal. They accept it like, okay, this happens and we can't do anything about it. So we decided to fight back, and we wanted to make more sales because it doesn't make sense to lose so many customers. So we came up with cart rescue automation. Now, you might be already familiar with abandoned cart recovery and automation, and you might think we already have Klaviyo or Klaviyo, as you say probably in English. You probably have Klaviyo in place, but stay with me. You need to see what new I have here for you. So imagine this: a customer comes to your online store, finds a product they like, he or she adds it into their cart, and then just walks away, never buys. This happens to 7 out of 10 customers. So an abandoned cart is like a half-filled shopping basket left in the middle of a store. Except online, these abandoned baskets represent thousands of euros in lost sales. Most store owners just accept this as normal, but what if I could automatically bring those customers back? Because you can do it. Cart recovery is like having a friendly salesperson who gently reminds customers about the products they were interested in, not with pushy tactics, nothing aggressive, but with smart, understanding messages that address why they might have hesitated. So think of it as a rescue mission for sales that would otherwise be completely lost. No extra ads. You don't need to spend any more money in advertising. No aggressive discounts. You're not giving any discounts in our approach. Just a smart, automated way to turn interested browsers into actual buyers. So we decided to do cart rescue automation much better than average or the usual. So a couple of things to notice. So you don't need to spend any more money in advertising. Advertising is pretty expensive. Google, Facebook, TikTok, they take a massive amount of your revenue. You don't need to spend any more. And the other thing is that we don't give any discounts. Our basic idea is that we have prices and we never give any discounts. Never. Except only in Black Friday. That's the only time when we give discounts. Other than that, never. So also in the automation emails, we never give any discounts. And you should not give any discounts, because you're losing money when you give discounts. There are better ways to get people back and buy the product. So let's move on. So we go into the rescue operation. Now I want to point out that our complete solution has a lot more than just the abandoned cart solution. So we have many other sequences that we build and run, not only abandoned cart, but I will use the abandoned cart sequence as an example here. So we started with the 2-message rescue operation. So this goes back to last year when we started implementing these processes, and we started with 2 messages. And first message we sent out 20 minutes after cart abandonment. So the person that abandoned the cart got our message 20 minutes later, and it had pretty good open rate, 63%. Industry average is like 15 to 20, so we had a lot higher open rate, and the conversion rate was 6.3%, and we recovered 2,650 euros in sales in this one particular test. So here's a picture from our Klaviyo account. So sorry, this is in Finnish because the store is in Finland, so this language is partly Finnish, partly English. Okay, then we had a second message that we sent out 20 hours after abandonment. So this is a follow-up message for those who did not purchase yet. This one had open rate 47, again pretty high compared to industry standards. Conversion rate was 2.8, and the additional recovery we made was 862 euros. So this is the screenshot from Klaviyo account for this second message and the stats. All right, so we ran this test and we improved during time, and we figure out better ways to do it and so on. Now the thing here is the bigger transformation. So in our automation journey, we started with cart recovery, we expanded to welcome and many other sequences. There's a welcome sequence also, and we created sequences for building repeat customers and so on. So we have many sequences that we built, tested, and optimized. So the results. Right now we are making 25% of our 1 million revenue completely from automation. 25% comes from automation. That is huge compared to any industry standards or any other Shopify store. I don't know any other case where 25% of revenue comes from automation. So this means 250,000 euros a year additional sales without any extra ad spend, without any discounts. It's just extra money that otherwise would be left on table. And then another 25% comes from our manual email campaigns. We also run manual campaigns, and we also implemented SMS automation and SMS messages and so on. So another 25% comes from manual campaigns. This means another 250,000 comes without any additional ad spend or any discounts. So we are now making 50%, 500,000 euros a year of our yearly revenue without any additional ad spend or any discounts. And this is huge because, as you know, as an e-commerce seller, you know that without ad spend, without any additional ad spend or discounts, the profits are a lot higher than compared to situation where you run ads and you spend money on ads, and you spend money in or you lose money in discounts and so on. So this is actually pretty huge. So we are making a lot more profit with this framework. So all this money, this 500,000 euros, we would have left on table if we never built this automation and email and SMS campaign system that we have on place. All right, so what did we learn? So we learned that not all abandoned carts are lost forever, of course not. And customers often need a small nudge. We just need to give them a little nudge. Timing and messaging are everything. Timing is very important in this automation thing. And the psychology behind recovery is interesting. So our approach was not about tricks or manipulation or any discounts or whatsoever. It was about acknowledging interruptions, providing gentle reminders, showcasing product value, and building trust. And this leads to excellent results. So this is not just a tactic, It's a customer relationship strategy. So we are building customer relationship with this. So we didn't just recover sales. We opened a dialogue with customers who were genuinely interested but momentarily distracted. Alrighty. So, interesting exercise for you is here. How much you are losing now every single month. So let's calculate how much you are losing and how much more you could make every month on Autopilot. So I have prepared a shopping cart rescuer ROI calculator. So we are going to use my calculator to estimate how much you are leaving money on table. So you can find the link to this Google Sheet down in the description section. So just go there, check the description, and you should find the link over there. And when you click it, it opens you this kind of view. So what you need to do is read the instructions first. So you have the instructions over here, and you can also save a copy to your own machine. Just click File and then Download, and you download it as an Excel file, or you just make a copy to your own Google Sheet. All right, then we go to the actual calculator, and here we have these yellow boxes where you put your numbers, and then you should have the estimations down here. So let me show you. Here's an example of a store making 100,000 a year, and the average order value is $40, and website or the store gets 150,000 visitors a month, and current conversion rate is 2%. So 2 people out of 100 buy something. So monthly completed orders is 2,500, cart additions 6,000, abandoned carts 4,200. So 4,200 carts are abandoned in this case. So the potential lost of revenue is 168,000 a year. That's a lot. It means you could make a lot more money if you can recover these abandoned carts. Of course, you might not be able to recover every single one, but by implementing a great strategy, you could recover a lot of those abandoned carts. So then we have the projections. So we have different scenarios: conservative, realistic, optimized, and high performance. Really depends on how you end up implementing the strategy. So here we have the realistic, like recovery rate is 8%. It means that we recover 336 cards, which means that we make about $13,000 a month additional revenue, and 161,000 every year. And on the right side we see industry benchmarks. Home goods have typically 9.2%, beauty products 8.7%, and the lowest one is in food and grocery, 5.1%. And if you end up creating an awesome optimized strategy and you make much better numbers and you recover, for example, 12% of the carts, it means that you recover 504 carts, which means that you are making almost $250,000 a year more with this in this particular case example. And then we have the ROI calculator down here. I'm not going to go through all these nitty-gritty details over here. You can study this tool on your own, and you can play with it as much as you like, but basically you get all kinds of numbers down here. You get also the comparison metrics for example, revenue after 3 years. You can see how much you are losing in multiple years and so on. So the idea of this calculator is to show you that you are most likely leaving money on table every single day. So the sooner you implement a good automation strategy, the more money you end up making with your online store. Okay, let's go back to my presentation. So you can find this tool down in the description section. Then what you should do next is over here. So I will go now to the actual instructions, but you need to understand first that even if you already have Klaviyo automation in place, you probably have Klaviyo or some other product like that in your Shopify store, and you possibly have some kind of automation in place. But the thing is that you can do it actually a lot better. You can improve it a lot, which means that you can make a lot more money with a better solution. So instead of having an average abandoned cart rescue automation, aim for a perfect solution that will maximize your profits. So I will skip the nitty-gritty details because it takes a long time to go every single detail through over here. So I let you figure out how to implement Klaviyo and so on. If you are not familiar with that one, I can also help you if you want to. You can always contact me. I will provide you contact information in the end of this video. But the thing is that we're going to skip the nitty-gritty details and focus on the most important thing over here. So step number one is connect your Shopify store with Klaviyo. So you create a Klaviyo account and you connect it with your Shopify store, and you verify the connection. Next, you create abandoned cart flow in Klaviyo. You create a new flow, set up the trigger, configure flow filters, and you create your email sequence. That's pretty much these are the steps. Now, what's really important here is the way how you write these messages. So now I will go through 4 different messages that we are using in our own Shopify store, and I will show you the template, and then I will show you our own example from real life. So it's a real life example from our own store. And again, remember, this is just one part of the whole solution. So we're talking about abandoned cart recovery, which is just one part of the whole solution where we can optimize different sequences that make sales automatically. Now, first things first, you need to find out which of your products brings the maturity of your sales. Which one of your products is the best one? If you have many products. If you have only one, then it's quick and easy. But if you have multiple products, find out what is the best one. And then you focus on building this sequence for that one. We have also instructions for building the automation in stores where you can have like thousands of different products, but that's another topic. We can talk about that in a different video. But the thing is that the easiest way to get started is focusing on the best product. Now, what you need to do is that you open a Google Doc file or any other writing application, and you start writing your own rescue automation emails. So the first message that goes out in 10 minutes after cart abandonment is this one. And the psychology behind this message is so-called Zeigarnik effect. I don't know exactly if I pronounce it correctly, but it sounds like German word, so I assume it's called Zeigarnik effect. So according to that, unfinished tasks linger in our minds much more strongly than completed ones. Unfinished tasks linger in our minds much more strongly than completed ones. Think about, for example, unfinished Netflix series. It tickles the back of your mind until you see the final episode. You need to complete it. You feel like you need to complete it. And the same applies to shopping carts. When a customer abandons their cart, the matter remains in their subconscious as open. The issue awaits completion, but that cannot happen unless the customer returns to finalize the purchase. So they subconsciously have that task open in their mind, even though they don't actually realize it themselves. Now the purpose of this headline in the first message, the purpose of the headline and message is to awaken this feeling of incompleteness. A simple and gentle reminder like, oops, did something remain unfinished? Or did you forget something nice in your cart? Is often enough to trigger the feeling of incompleteness. Now, here's a message template for you. So the subject for this message is product. You give your product name first. For example, I have here an Insta360 camera. So if I'm selling these, I would say Insta360 is waiting for you, ... And then the message goes like this. Hi, I noticed that you came to check out our product. It was Insta360, right? Insta360 was already excited about the possibility of coming to your home, but ended up waiting alone in the shopping cart. We understand well that sometimes shopping gets interrupted. Perhaps the phone rang at the critical moment or cat video stole your attention. This happens to us often, haha. That's why I just wanted to quickly remind you that Insta360 is still waiting and ready to then you give the benefit what your product gives as soon as you're ready. And then you have a link back to your cart. So continue shopping and there's a link back to your cart. You can do this link easily in Klaviyo. P.S. If you have any questions about the product, we are happy to answer. You can reply directly to this message. Best regards, your name. So this is the template. And now I will show you a real example from our own store. So in our store, in this one store that I'm talking about, we sell a shower filter. It's branded. It's a white brand or white label brand shower filter. So the message goes like this. Subject, in this case, your shower filter is waiting for its new home. And hello, I noticed that you stopped by our online store and left something in your cart. These are the products that seem to be there. And then we have a dynamic image from the store. You can do this in Klaviyo as well. And it shows the picture of the product. And then we have looks familiar. No worries. We forget things all the time too. Or maybe you just found something else interesting to do that interrupted your shopping, like browsing flea markets or watching cat videos on YouTube. That's why I just wanted to quickly remind you that the shower filter is still waiting in the cart for its new home. Our shower filter is the perfect way to pamper your skin and hair. With it, hundreds of our customers have already gotten rid of dry hair and itchy skin. Installation takes just a couple of minutes, so you can enjoy cleaner shower water immediately. Also remember that we give you a full 90-day satisfaction guarantee. This means you buy the filter today, you have 3 whole months to test the product at your leisure. If you're not satisfied with your purchase, we'll refund your money, take the product back and recycle it ourselves. And then you have the link to cart, complete your order, and again you take this from Klaviyo, this link, and click here to finalize your order. See you again. Best regards, Mike from customer support. So this is a real example from our store. We send exactly this message every time somebody abandons the cart. Now you can already see that we use some humor over here, but the thing is that we are not giving any discounts. So the typical way how people use Klaviyo and these automations is that they provide discounts, and the longer it gets, like in the first message they can give like 5% discount, in the next message 10% discount, and then this is the final chance, 15% discount. Don't give any discounts. These are much better ways. You make a lot more money in this kind of approach. All right, so we move on. So this was the first message that we send out. We move on to the second message. So this one goes out 24 hours after cart abandonment. So the purpose of this second message is to use storytelling and emotional engagement. In this message, we can be more creative and playful than in the first message. And that's why we also changed the email sender name to Lonely Product. Lonely Insta360 in my case here, or Lonely Shower Filter. This creates the illusion that the product itself is sending the message, which makes the message even more personal and memorable. Now, so here's the template for you. Sender name, Lonely Product, and subject, did somebody forget to buy me? So you can see that the sender name and the subject are now linked. Once upon a time in an online store, the store administrators found a lonely product, a lonely Insta360 or shower filter in my case, in the depths of an abandoned shopping cart. In all its sadness, the product had got the attention of the administrators. And then we have again dynamically the image from the store in this message, embedded in the message. They wondered how such useful, quality, amazing, you use the adjectives here, product could be left unpurchased by anyone. The product, Insta360 or shower filter in my case, had looked so lonely and desperately needed a new home that the administrators decided to act. They remembered a certain customer who had shown interest in the product, so they decided to send this customer a little reminder. If you are this customer, could you consider rescuing the product? Of course, it comes with all these benefits, blah, 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 blah. And remember, we give you X-day satisfaction guarantee, rescue product now. Best regards, name. So this is the template, and you can always modify the template based on your own needs and artistical approach. Now, we go to the real example from our own store. So the sender name in our case is Lonely Shower Filter, and the subject line is, did someone forget to buy me? And we also use the emojis sometimes, like in this case. Once upon a time in an online store, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to repeat the same because I just told you about these lines. So we have pretty much the same as in pretty much the same message as in the template up here. There are some small variations in our case. Now, you just read through the message and understand how we are using humor and like a little bit different approach in this case. So we are using storytelling here and humor, and we that way get the attention of the potential client. Now, and in the end, again, we have the link to the shopping cart that we take from Klaviyo account. Alrighty. Then third message goes out 48 hours after a cart abandonment. So the purpose of this one is to showcase satisfied customers' experiences and trigger thoughts about what the customer might lose by not purchasing the product. So we showcase the satisfied customer experiences, like testimonials, and we trigger thoughts about losing something if I don't buy this one right now. So in this message we share 2 to 3 genuine customer experiences. These are real testimonials. We describe concrete results, we stimulate thoughts with questions, and we remind about the satisfaction guarantee. So the message template goes like this. Subject line, what do our customers say about the product? In our case, shower filter. Hi, I wanted to quickly share with you a few comments from our customers who have started using our product. And there goes the customer story 1, 2, and 3. I know we need to be careful with money, but we often wonder, what if these customers had never taken the first step? What if they had just left the product in the shopping cart? What would it have cost them in the long run? Mention the concrete disadvantages emphatically. Sometimes not taking action costs more than the product itself. And then we have again the link to the cart. Remember that every order comes with X-day satisfaction guarantee. If you're not satisfied, we'll refund your money without questions. And that's it. Now, the real example from our own store, subject line, what do customers think about the shower filter. Hi, I wanted to quickly share with you a few comments from our customers who have started using our shower filter. I noticed a clear difference after the first shower. I can't be without this anymore. My skin and hair are doing much better. The dryness is gone. Just amazing, says Tanya. And these are real testimonials from our real customers. Alrighty, and then we have the second one and third one. Now, and then we continue again. I know we need to be careful with the money, blah, 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 just like in the template. And then we have the link to the cart. And we also remind that we have, in our case, 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Alrighty. And then we have the fourth message that goes out 72 hours after cart abandonment. So this is the final message in this sequence. The message is short, direct, and friendly. It gives the customer an easy way to both buy and let go. They can decide to buy or let go. So the purpose is to ask directly and kindly for the final decision. Give the customer permission to not buy the product. Remind once more of the most important benefits and make purchasing as easy as possible. So here's the template. Subject line, last question about the product. Hi, quick question. Have you made a decision about the product yet? It has been waiting in your cart for a while now, so I thought I would ask directly, do you want main benefit 1, main benefit 2, and main benefit 3? Or should we let the product continue its journey? If you want to release the product for others, don't reply to this message in that case. No worries, we don't take it personally. But if you want to complete your purchase and enjoy, restate the main benefits again, click below to go directly to your cart. Order product now, and there's the link to the cart. All right. And this is a real example again from our own store. So subject line, last question about the shower filter. Quick question, have you made a decision about our shower filter yet? And blah, blah, blah. We go just like in the template. And then we have the order filter now, link over here. Best regards, Mike, again from customer support. All right. So these are the 4 messages that we have in our online store for abandoned cart sequence. And it is just one sequence out of many. And we don't use any discounts. We don't have any additional ad spend. We have all these messages that I just showed you. These are real messages from our own store, and they bring great results in our case. Now, what I just shared here is just the first piece of much larger revenue puzzle. So there's a lot more than that. Cart recovery was in our case, the starting point. We started with cart recovery, and it is usually the most obvious place to start. But it's just the beginning of a complete automation strategy that can transform your business entirely. So in our case, we started with cart recovery and quickly realized the potential. So first, we recovered 3,500 euros monthly. Then we expanded our approach and we started to study the topic like thoroughly. So we ended up with an excellent solution, and in our case it evolved into a comprehensive system that now generates 25% of our annual revenue from I have a mistake here. Not only from cart recovery, but from the whole automation framework. And we also make another 25% from I'm sorry, I have here a couple of mistakes. So this should be manual campaigns. So another 25%, just like I told you in the beginning, we make another 25% from the manual campaigns. So in total, we make 50% from both automated sequences and manual campaigns from our 1 million yearly revenue. So the key automation sequences that we have, and you should have as well, are cart recovery, the one that we just went through. Then there's so-called welcome sequence. You turn new subscribers into customers. And then we have repeat customer strategies. You convert one-time buyers to loyal customers. And then we have some more, but these are basically the first three important ones. So why this approach works? Most store owners spend money on advertising. Some people even manually chase sales and lose potential customers a lot. So we do the opposite. We automate intelligently, we build relationships, and we let technology work 24/7. So this is not just about tactics, it's about understanding customer psychology. Just like you can see in the emails that I showed you, we use psychology triggers a lot. It's about creating value-driven interactions, solving real customer needs, and building trust automatically. Many people leave their carts because they don't yet trust your store or your business. There are a lot of people that have like mixed feelings, and they really don't trust, so they decide to leave. But with this kind of automated approach, you can build the trust and gain the trust without you doing anything manually. So the potential impact here is that you can transform your business in many ways, and you don't need to spend any more money in advertising. You can have predictable revenue, because when you have automation sequences in place, you can easily predict the revenue from the numbers. You have happier customers, and you have more time to focus on product and strategy. Now, your next steps are these. Implement the cart recovery first if you don't have. If you already have Klaviyo in place and you have cart recovery in place, analyze it, think about it, because most likely it's not optimal yet. You can probably improve it a lot. For example, in most cases, people have only 1 or 2 messages, and they are not even close to perfect messages, and they use discounts and so on. You can improve a lot. Most likely you can improve a lot. And the next thing is that develop welcome sequence. That's the second sequence. And third sequence is your repeat customer flow. Then you continuously optimize. You check the numbers, let's say like once a month, and you optimize, and you watch automation generate new revenue 24/7 without you lifting a finger. So this is the money you have been leaving on table so far. The revenue that vanishes because of manual, inefficient processes. So automation is your new secret weapon. So what next? Let's go to the last slide. If you enjoyed this video, and if you think that this is good information, just like and subscribe. It helps me to reach bigger audience. Just like and subscribe. So in the nearby future, I will provide more valuable information and videos like this one. And if you feel like you need more help and you want my team to help you somehow, just send a message to contact@nrlabs.io, contact@nrlabs.io. Our company is called Northern Revenue Labs, so just send a message there and me or someone else will reply to you. All right, that's all. Thank you very much. See you next time. Ciao.